Today, I'll be reading part of this story. It's written by Tracey Corderoy. It's called Monsters, Mayhem, and a Sprinkling of Crumbs. "I am going to catch a monster," said Scarlett. Otto and Martha ignored her. "I am," said Scarlett. "You wait and see." The Crumbs were on a platform at Shark's Tooth Bay train station. They were going with Aunt Beastly to Scotland for a holiday to give their dad, Henrik, some time to work on his inventions at home. Some holiday is going to be, thought Otto. On Aunt Beastly's boar farm, teeming with tramping little horrors. There isn't even a TV in the cottage. Bessie was their aunt's real name. Scarlett had named her Beastly just last week, when she had first showed up at their house to look after them. According to Scarlett, the youngest Crumb, who always spoke her mind, Aunt Beastly was a way better name for a hairy old busybody. Otto looked along the platform. There was still no sign of Aunt Beastly. She had thumped away 10 minutes ago to ask the station manager if Basil, her baby wild boar, was allowed out of his travel basket on the train. "Oh dear," gasped Martha, peering around. "What if Aunt Beastly's been squished by a train?" Martha, who was almost 11, said things like this all the time. She was terrified of many things, but especially of deadly things happening to her family. Henrik, their father, patted Martha's arm. "Don't worry," he said. "I'm sure she'll be back any minute now." "Yeah," thought Scarlett under her breath. "Worse luck." Scarlett tossed back her wild red curls and gave Otto a pinch. "Ow!" "So, what's with the bird?" she giggled. Otto frowned. "It's a lookout device. Dad made it." Henrik Crumb was a great inventor. But after his wife, Clarice, had died last year, he hadn't felt like doing much. It was only recently that the mountain of unpaid bills had forced him to dust down his inventing room and start working again. Henrik's last invention was an unbreakable glass case to guard a priceless golden elephant on display in the local museum. But he also made more normal, everyday objects to help around the house, as well as toys and gadgets for his children. They were taking some of these with them on their holiday. Otto, a skinny 9-year-old, had brought Zack, his zip-activated camouflage tent, which disappeared at the pull of a zip, and his new spy bird, Squawk. Otto wanted to be a detective, like his TV hero, Montague Plum, and he hoped to get in some practice during this trip. Squawk, he knew, would not disappoint, for he was no ordinary bird, but an ingenious creation of bolts and springs. Not only could he fly really high, but he could still also tail suspects from the air. A video camera on Squawk's tummy would beam footage back to Otto's watch, so he could keep an eye on anyone he liked. Scarlett was 6 3/4, and a tomboy through and through. She was taking Fred, an invention that looked like an ordinary fishing rod, but on the flick of a switch shot out a huge net that was hidden inside. Scarlett had heard that monsters lurked in the lochs of the Scottish Highlands, and she planned to use Fred to capture one. That would show her friends what real pets were like. Scarlett was actually wearing the other invention she was taking on holiday, her creeper sneakers. Henrik had modified an ordinary pair of trainers so that Scarlett could walk up things, walls and tree trunks, for instance. She could even hang upside down from thick branches, like a bat, which was perfect for playing tricks on unsuspecting passers-by. Martha's gadgets weren't nearly as daring as her younger brother or sisters. Martha was taking her sky dancers, remote-controlled fireflies that gracefully danced in the night sky, and a life jacket named Pod. It's a very interesting story. What would you have taken if you had to travel to Aunt Beastly's house. Let's find out what happens.